G'day slot car adventurers, back again. It's a bit of a gloomy day outside and I can't get anything done. All I can do is just hang around in the slot car room. What's a person to do, eh? Now, most of you running the Carrera Digital slot car racing system are perhaps using these as your method of control. You little control freaks, you. Yes, and I've actually got 4 of these. Now, let's keep things in total context. These are toys, folks. These are manufactured by a toy company, Carrera. They're called Carrera Toys. Their website is Carrera Toys, not Carrera Slot Car Racing. They're toys. They're made for a price. They're great around the home, great for the kids and the family. And let's face it, we use these in our home systems because they're really convenient. There's no cable, they're wireless. You can move around to the other side of the track and control your race from there. They're great for that. And I rely heavily on these when I'm working on those cinematics I've been known to do on occasion. These are quite an indispensable tool during that because I don't have to run around to this side and try to get the shot. I just couldn't do it otherwise. It'd be like the early attempts. I'd have to hit the start button, run around with the camera, get into position and let the cars go all around in autonomous mode or ghost mode and catch them on the second lap. Then run around, hit stop. Yeah, it was very tedious. That's why they weren't particularly good. You look at something like Batmobiles, could not have done it without these. It was just, I could set up in any position around the track, set up the shot, and use this to control the cars, no cable. No doubt, they're definitely cool, but they are a toy. And there is a downside to these, and I've complained about these before. There's something called latency. That is being a wireless device and being really a budget wireless device. This is not high technology by any stretch of the imagination. This is budget wireless. And the problem with these is it's a controller controlling your slot cars. So when you press down or you push the button, you expect the function to actually engage immediately, just as it would if you were using a cabled controller. Unfortunately, it doesn't work like that. Now, a lot of people, for some reason, I can't explain to you how their heads work, but they're blissfully unaware of this latency issue. They adapt, they get used to these. But I'm going to show you right now how bad the latency actually is. I'm going to set up a shot. I'm going to run a little timer down in the corner of the picture here. We're going to press down on this and they're going to wait to see how long it takes for the car to take off. And then I will work out the frame where I've pressed down the controller, the frame where the car actually takes off, and I'll be able to work out in 1/100th of the second as to what that latency actually is in terms of how long it's taking. I think we're all in for a bit of a rude awakening, folks. Let's do this. All right, got my Carrera car. I'm firing up the system. There we are. We're all set. Everything's ready to go. Controller in hand. All right, so there's the car. Let's get more side on. There's the controller. Let's see how long it takes to take off. And so there you go, folks. There is indeed some latency. It's not my imagination playing tricks with me. There is a latency. Some people have no idea it's there. They get used to it very quickly, but it's okay for the home system where we're not too pedantic. It's all about fun. But if you're getting into more competition type slot car racing, if you're joining a club, etc., this just is not cut the mustard. There can't be any latency. When you want to accelerate, you want to see the car take off the moment you do it, not half a bloody second later. When you want to put on the brakes, instantly, not half a second later. That half a second can make the difference between a win and a loss, or taking a corner, or flying off the bloody track. So that's the downside of these wireless controls, these Carrera ones. I haven't tried any other brands of wireless. So I sing their praises. They're handy, they're convenient, there's no cable. That's great, but if we want to get serious about our racing, no thank you. Now, friend of the channel Dave Volk dropped me a bunch of goodies for the Rock Band feature that I'll be finishing off over the next couple of weeks. But amongst all those, he has lent me his 2 TruSpeed controllers to try out. Not just 1, but 2. Isn't that cool? Now, I've been wanting to try these out for some time. These get mixed reactions from people. Some people swear by them. They say, oh, they're the best upgrade over the Carrera controllers ever. And then I've known people who have purchased these. One person in particular burnt his out within a couple of hours of using it. Got another one, burnt that out within another couple of hours. Turned out there might have been something a bit, what's the word? Eccentric about his wiring on his layout that was the root cause of that. Don't know, can't say for sure, but that person ended up buying, I think it was a Professor Motor controller, had no troubles with it, never a problem. I've heard from at least one particular slot car club that they don't really like these. They have used the word in terms of reliability as unreliable, and they much prefer others. Then people in the UK have told me great things about these. Lots of people have said great things. The reviews are mixed. It's up and down, and there's always someone in all walks of life. There's always someone that'll come up and tell you, no, I think that's bloody crap. And then you'll go and try the thing for yourself and discover, actually, there's nothing wrong with this. What's wrong with that person? Right? Always, no matter what anybody says, no matter what videos you watch and what they say in the course of that videos. Same thing with what we're about to do here. Get a hold of these things and try them out for yourselves. See what you think. Are they reliable? Is there latency? Do they give you excellent control of the cars? Does it tick all the boxes? Is it everything you need in a controller? And, you know, by all means, listen to other people's opinions, but unless they can provide the data to show that it's absolute fact what they're trying to tell you, then it's just an opinion. All right, remember that it's just somebody's opinion. Always try the things out for yourself. And thanks to Dave, I'm going to get to try out one of these, or 2 of these, 2 TruSpeeds for myself at long last. We're going to see if these are going to blow up. Sorry, Dave, if they do blow up. I don't think they will. Touch wood. Let's plug them in and see what the deal is, eh? Okay, so this is the Carrera Digital compatible, I believe they call it the D9.0. I'll look up the exact model number of these and put it up on the screen. So this is basically designed as a ready-to-go plug-and-play solution to upgrade your Carrera Digital. You don't have to resort to rewiring. It's ready to go. As you can see, it's got this trigger action, and I can say that feels rather smooth. That is very nice. And man, it's going to be such a refreshing thing to not have to be thumbing it. I've actually had some serious problems with my hands running the slot cars with the thumb controller for too long, but that's neither here nor there. I'm definitely looking forward to some real trigger action. Now, also on these, your lane changer is on the back here. So there's your button. You've also got a brake button. That's something this doesn't have. It's just, actually, it's a sort of a role reversal. It's the thumb is now the lane changer, and the forefinger is now the speed controller. So it's going to take my poor little brain a little bit of time to sort of flip the script and get used to this. Yeah. So let's plug it in. And I'm going to film myself plugging it in just in case something goes wrong and this blows up, as I've been told. Oh, they'll blow up. They're no good. I want to document it so I can explain myself to poor old Dave. Dave, those controllers you lent me, yeah, they don't work anymore. Yeah, no, let's hope that doesn't happen. Let's plug this thing in. Alright, so these controllers talk to this dongle here. It allows you to program all the different controllers. It's quite a bit of a process. And again, it's using the old telephone style connector like that to go in there. Now that we're free of this, I'll put that there. Here's our TruSpeed connector, and it's just plug and play. So into tower 1, in it goes. There's the little click. Let's fire it up and keep our fingers crossed. Sorry, Dave, if it blows up. Oh, let's see if this thing ignites into flames. No, bit of a anticlimax there. Let's get a car on the track. Actually, we've got to program it, haven't we? So hit code. Yep, it's doing what it's supposed to. Car down. And it's the red button in front normally, so this time it's the black button behind. There we go. Done. Okay. No latency! Oh my God! This is bloody brilliant. It's responding instantly to every little movement I make. Wow. All right. That's what will we do now? Oh, I haven't tried any lane changes. Okay, let's give that a whirl. Here we go again. No delay on startup, straight to it. All right. Okay, I'm finding that really awkward. In fact, that's hurting my little thumbkin. So I think this is brilliant, but having to do that to change lanes, I've got to get used to that. It's actually hurting my poor little thumbkin. It just feels, it's awkward. Something to get used to. So what am I dropping? Oh, yeah, control. It's something I'm going to have to get used to. Of course, you've always got the free hand that you can just reach over and press it. Why not? Yeah. But I can't do that while I'm holding the camera. Let's put the camera down. Okay, so I suppose I could just reach over like this. Not a problem. And folks, the best news of all is they're also left-handed. They're both right-handed and left-handed. Except again, I went to move the thumb, which is sort of cradling the control. As soon as I went to do that, it felt like I was about to lose it, and I missed it because I was buggerizing it. So in my humble opinion, I think these buttons are in a really stupid position. They don't feel comfortable back there. If I'm using two hands, that's okay, but the one thumb, I think in this instance, Carrera got the configuration correct, but again, this is a thumb controller, isn't it? This feels a lot more natural and easier. The way this is, it's a real task. It's something you'd have to get used to. So that's a point against, in my opinion. But I can't deny the trigger action is fantastic. The control is super responsive. That's because it's a wired controller, yep. But there's no weird latency occurring anywhere within this electronics. It's instant control. I've gotten kind of used to the wireless ones and sort of compensating for that latency. But now that this is the first time I've plugged a cabled controller back in, and I don't want to plug those wireless things back in ever. And this controller, it's certainly not burning out. It's working like a charm, not a problem. And, no latency. It goes when I tell it to, wonderful. But yeah, I could definitely get really used to these controllers. I think for changing lanes, I'm just finding it awkward. Where could a better spot for those buttons been? I don't know. Remember, this is a Carrera plug and play model. It's made specifically for the Carrera Digital track. It's not made for anything else. Yeah, I'm finding those buttons to be awkward. Now, you've got a sensitivity control on top as well. We can move that back a little bit. Sorry, Dave, if that was your special setting. I wonder... Oh, that's the brake. Well, the brake definitely works. It stopped. It stopped right in the middle of a changeover track. So just having a closer look, here's how I normally hold the controller. There's the trigger action, and again, no latency. It's wonderful. But holding it in the cradle of your hand there, if I want to change lanes, keeping in mind I'm controlling the car with the trigger, and then I got to push that. See, the thumb comes out, and it's not... The tip of my thumb's going to press the brake. It's not going to press that. Or if I press that, the brake's getting pressed at the same time. So I've got to sort of contort my hand out to bring the thumb down, which is bloody awkward and painful, all the while trying to hold this thing with these three fingers, driving the car, and to press the button to change lanes. So for me, this doesn't work. This design, this layout, if they swap these two buttons around, that'd work better for me, and put a bit of distance in between them so you're not accidentally bumping the both of them. That should be down quite a bit more, and swap them around, so your main one is right there, and you can just quickly go clunk without bothering the other one. To me, that design is not right. That's my opinion. Next person will disagree with me. Dave probably disagrees with me, but for me, this isn't ideal. It's not an ideal upgrade in that sense. Everything else is fantastic. The control, the trigger control is brilliant. No complaints there. It's fantastic, actually. What a difference. So much better than those wireless controllers. But yeah, the digital aspect of it isn't... They really haven't thought it out that much. It's sort of, let's just plonk them anywhere. Yeah, I would have given that a lot more thought, particularly in the ergonomics of human anatomy. That's not ideal for my liking. So I'm definitely going to try something else out. I tell you what, all criticisms aside, definitely a better racing experience. I would highly recommend them if you want to upgrade your standard Carrera controllers or your wireless controllers. You might find that those buttons sit perfectly for your sized hand. It really... Maybe I've got a weird thumb. I don't know, but they're not ideal for me. I think they'd give me the shits. I'll try a few more before I decide on which controllers I will upgrade to. And look, these are definitely a contender. Definitely consider them. I'm finding them to be a really good controller for the money you'd expect them to be. Would I use it in serious competition racing? I can tell right now I would not. I've used some other controllers when I was down visiting the guys. They were brilliant. There was one there in particular, I don't know what it was, but it was fantastic. It was just seamless control of the cars. Fit the hand perfectly, responded, everything, just ticked all the boxes. This is pretty darn good. So definitely a good product, definitely one to consider. But as I said at the start of this video, get a hold of them and try them out for yourself. Try before you buy. Definitely when it comes to controllers. And just form your own opinion. As for me, I still stand by that. 7 out of 10 I'd give it. Am I going to have these on my track? Probably not. Probably not. I think I know there's better out there. And in some instances, probably at a better price too. So we shall see. Watch this space. I've got another brand on its way to try out, and I believe it's a Franken slot. Now, I don't know much about them, but we'll have to try that one out, see how it goes, all right? So, folks, just try them out for yourselves. Oh, great. The pool's turned green again. Oh, here we go again. That bloody predator's back. Folks, you might recall sometime last year, I got an incredible delivery from an awesome subscriber to the channel, James from Florida, USA. It was a care pack with a whole bunch of slot cars, some spare parts, and a tyre truer. Can you believe it? Amongst the cars was this awesome NSR McLaren, and this is an absolute superb slot car. So once again, a huge thank you to James. Just an amazing, amazing gift. Thank you very much. Folks, you won't believe it, but another awesome subscriber has just sent me a little care package. Another guy from the US. This is Andrew Richardson. Andrew Richardson. Yes, there it is. And just the postage alone, mate, wow. It's pretty pricey, isn't it? So let's open this. I know at least one of the items that's in this. I have been contacted by Andrew. He let me know this was on the way. What else could be in there? Let's crack it open. Got my trusty blunt package opener. Let's very carefully open this thing and see what Andrew has sent us. This is intriguing. I'm a little bit nervous, but yeah, this is going to be awesome. Just amazing, isn't it? Okay, let's slice some dice across there carefully. Across there. Oh, it's not that blunt. It's pretty good, actually. So this has come all the way from the USA. I'm not sure. I'll have to look up where it came from exactly. Okay, it's well sealed. And, oh, I see what he's done. It's one of those party game packages. You just keep opening it and there's a box inside of a box inside of a box. It's another box! Look at that. Okay. Pop the top. We've got some cushioning. There's all sorts of goodies in here. Wow. So, yes. Folks, I said earlier there was a Franken slot on the way, and here it is. Here it is. One Franken slot, and already look at the button. Yep, perfect. That's going to be fantastic. I can tell. That's more my speed. It doesn't have a brake button, and quite frankly, I don't need one. But that is going to. Oh, it's a bigger trigger as well. Folks, this isn't just any old Franken slot controller. This is a Franken slot wireless controller. No wires. Oh, I'm in the wrong lane. Sorry about that, Mr. Carrera. Let's stay on the outer lane. Actually, let's try that lane changer. Oh. That is so much better. That's more me. Fits my hand. And I'm going to crash into that box again, aren't I? Oh no, I put the brakes on. See, I did that without a brake button. You set your brake settings in the Carrera, so you really don't need them on the controller. Once you've properly configured the controller, set your speed settings, your brake settings, you don't need a brake button. It brakes when you take your finger off the trigger. So Andrew has sent me a wireless Frankenslot, and it works straight out of the box. Can you believe it? On channel 5. Wow. So we've got the other 4 Carrera ones with the slow as all hell latency, and then we've got the Frankenslot by comparison. And I can tell you now, I don't even have to try and resort to a little measuring stunt. There's virtually no latency. I'm not going to say there is no latency. There's got to be a little bit, but you wouldn't know it. It's got the same responsiveness as the TruSpeeds that we tried earlier. Yes, indeed. And folks, I did mention that there was controllers down Melbourne Way when I went down. I said that I tried, I really like. Well, they were DS controllers, folks, and Bonza sells the DS controllers. And as you can see, whilst this is a wireless Frankenslot, it's utilising a DS casing. Great shape, fits the hand, well, it fits my hand perfectly. It's a nice oversized trigger, and the button is right where I need it to be. So this is a perfect fit for me. Perfect fit. It's working on the track. There's no latency, and it's wireless. It ticks all the boxes and then some. I can't believe it. And let's have a look at the other item. Ah, yes. Now, Andrew told me all about this one. A friend of his, Charles, I believe his name was. I'll put up a graphic if I'm wrong. Built this car for Andrew. And Charles recently, I believe last year, passed away from cancer. Gosh, there's a lot of cancer around at the moment, isn't there? Isn't that strange? It's like there's been a huge uptake in it. This one, Andrew really, for whatever reason, only he can explain, and that's entirely his business, but Andrew decided he wanted to send me this car. So this was built by his mate Charles. It's very special to Andrew. So it will be looked after very carefully, and oh, how cool is that? Oh, okay. That's looks like the slotted universal chassis. It's adjustable wheelbase length and all that. Very nice. I know, because I'm mucking around with one at the moment that Dave Volk dropped over for me, and Dave Volk 3D printed this Holden. I've painted. I've adjusted the wheelbase to fit, so I'm on to the next stage. So far, so good. So that's very cool, and this is an awesome Dodge Charger. Bloody amazing. In black, that looks suspiciously like the Fast and Furious dude, doesn't it? What's his name? Oh, I don't know. I don't keep up with it. It's got some nice weathering on the side there. Great wheels. I wonder, on the track, will it or won't it? Oh, you're kidding me. You're kidding me. Out of the box, it's operating on my track. Okay, let's see if it'll change lanes. Oh my God, this car is digital. All right, let's stop there. Nice little nudge of the cardboard box. That's a digital slot car, ready to go. Amazing. So yeah, you can see there's a switch in there. I can't see where the little eye sensor is, but it's got to be there somewhere. It's working great. Watch again. We'll push the button. Here we go. We're going to change lanes. There we go. Oh, nearly dropped the camera. This is incredible, Andrew. Amazing. So this car, Andrew wanted to send it over. I will indeed be taking very good care of this. I've got a special spot up there where the Firestone crosswalk is, and I'm going to be constructing, currently where the 124 scale Mad Max car is sitting, just for the time being, I'm going to have a little display car yard there. And I'll have the Pat figure up there with these three-legged chickens. There'll be a few cars on display there, and it'll be a special little corner of the layout. So that's coming in the weeks ahead. So Andrew, thank you very much. I will look after this. I'll be very careful. It's absolutely brilliant, mate. I can't believe both of those items work straight out of the box. How do you explain that? Meant to be, hey? Thank you very much. Incredible generosity. Love that Frankenslot. We'll do a proper review on it maybe next week, and put it through its paces. And yeah, that's going to be pretty awesome. Well, folks, for something completely different, let's pop into the studio. Okay, slot car adventurers, come inside for a little tour. I guess it's a tour of the very messy recording room. Yeah. I'm having a bit of a change around in here. I'm going to completely remodel the room. This lighting rig and acoustic treatment on the ceiling has to be rotated around. I'm going to redo all the treatment, redo the colour scheme, the whole bit, the flooring. But essentially, this is a much better fit for the room. I'm covering over that door. I've got another door to enter into the garage. I don't need that door. So just for this exercise, we're going to put an acoustic frame over all that, probably wrap it around, make it really cute. Lots of storage over here. I can load up my amps, my new baby. Oh, and I got this speaker recently. This is like a baby Messapugi dual rectifier, but on the cheap by this Chinese company. Now, it actually sounds freaking awesome for what it is. Of course, this is better. And the old Marshall JCM 900, classic Marshall. So all of those are going to be set up, rigged, that I can chop and change. So I've got the classic Marshall sound, I've got the high gain sound, and then I've got the Ed sound. So definitely going to be lots of fun. I reinstalled pretty much all my remaining audio gear into the racks. I was using this in the home cinema, not anymore. Now it's returned to the studio. And just, it's a better fit for the room. I've even got a seat in the corner. I just wasn't fitting everything before, so it's a mess, but I'll show you as this room gets a complete makeover over the months or weeks ahead. Why I've brought you in here is for this rock band live concert slot car scenery I'm currently working on, and I'm sorry, some of you might have been expecting to see the big reveal this week. No, there's a bit more to go yet. It'll be a couple of weeks yet. And yeah, there's more buildings to build, little ticket offices, portaloos, more people. I've painted about 50 people, but I think I'm going to need more. So more little people to paint, lighting, wiring, etc. That'll be happening over the next couple of weeks. And I'll give you an update probably next week, and then you won't see that ever again until the big reveal, which will be a week or two later. But another thing that's going to delay the big reveal of that is I decided to come in and write and start putting together a unique track just for that big reveal, because thanks to copyright and YouTube's stringent overreach when it comes to copyright, there's something not right about all that. But anyway, I'm not going to get myself in trouble. I thought, well, I can only use my own stuff, and I've already used some of the tracks I've been using over and over and over again. About time we just go in and record a new track specifically for that. So this is a rockin' song. It's in the sketch mode. So I've come up with a guitar riff. I've pulled up a drum sound, and I'm just outlining, different sections. So intro, verse. I'm putting it all together bit by bit. Still got to muck around with it as an arrangement. Got to come up with a couple more guitar parts, but a couple of weeks and I should have it all coming together. Then I've got to record it, mix it, master it, and then it'll be ready. At that point, we're going to shoot a sort of a live music video. So let's have a little bit of a listen to what you can expect to be coming. So I found some sound effects to sort of come in at the start. Let's turn the click track off. So there's a couple of sounds that work quite cool. Don't know if I'll ultimately use them in the final, but that sort of pauses, and at that point everything just explodes. Bass comes in there, boom, 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 just holding down that root note, and it's an intro. So there's a verse, chorus, then there's a guitar solo, coming back to another chorus, maybe a bridge, and then final choruses to the end. I'll muck around with the form of the song, but it's only going to be like a 3-minute wonder. It's kind of a bit like Kickstart My Heart, Motley Crue. That same beat, it's got that constant kick, 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 kick. So it'll sound a hell of a lot different when it's finished. But yeah, this is why it's going to take a little bit of time before you see the Rock Band live concert feature fully revealed. Just thought I'd show you what's going on here, and then you'll understand why is this taking so long. Yeah, it's a bit more involved, this one. There's a bit more to it. And then also I'll have an extra piece of music to use on, future episodes. A vocal version. Yes, there's lyrics and there's singing. There'll be a vocal version, and then, of course, the instrumental that will be able to just sit under in the background for different things. So very pleased to be in here working on something new. So far, so good, but I'm not giving anything away. You've heard nothing really. But yeah, over the next week or so, I'll be really spending a lot of time in here getting into this, as well as finishing off the other buildings for the rock concert installation. So there you go. Okay, slot car adventurers, so we got to try out some TruSpeeds. Very, very nice. Definitely try these out for yourself. I'm a little bit funny about the placement of these buttons, but other than that, a brilliant controller, fantastic controller. I had no issues with it really, just me being pedantic about the positioning of these buttons. Thank you to Dave Holt for letting me try those out. Definitely a contender. But I got to say, folks, after this has arrived and I've got to try this out, I really did like the DS controllers. I have looked on the Bonza site and I could not see a Carrera Digital compatible, ready-to-go plug-and-play model. If they exist, Bonza doesn't have them, unfortunately. And I had heard of Frankenslot. I didn't know they were actually using DS casings. You see that? It's a DS casing. So I really like the shape and feel and the weight of the DS controllers. And just the placement is perfect for me with that lane changing button at the back there. It's a longer throw trigger. Brilliant. And the fact that this is wireless and there's virtually no latency, I tried these again just before and I could not discern a difference latency-wise between the two, and this is wireless. And see, this just highlights what I was saying about the Carrera. As I said, these are toys. They're very good toys. Great toys. But it's not high-end wireless technology. It's entry-level wireless technology that they've used to make these work. They've kept their production costs down. It's all right for the family, all right for mucking around, but I tell you what, I think out of these two, definitely, well, there's let's be fair, there's no contest really, is it? Because it's wireless, there's no latency. It's a perfect fit for me. And it works like a charm. The Frankenslot is the winner in this little shootout, if we will call it that. Still a great controller. I'd like to try out some of their analog controllers on an analog track. That'd be interesting to try out. But I've got this sent to me, and I'm thinking of getting another one, different colour maybe. I think I'm pretty much sold on the Frankenslot. Like I said earlier, it ticks all the boxes. I'm lost for words. It's brilliant. So I can't wait to really get some laps going, put in some track time with this controller. So far, absolutely brilliant. It is a much longer trigger, isn't it, compared to that one? Yeah. And yeah, that's just perfectly shaped. Love the shape of the DS controllers. That is amazing. The car is awesome. Folks, what a terrific episode, I think. You know, we got to try out the TruSpeed, got to try out a Frankenslot at long last. When it came out of the box, my first thought was, oh, he's removed the cable. What do you do that for? Is this a prank or something? What do? Do I have to get a replacement cable? I had no idea that Andrew had sent a wireless Frankenslot. I'm blown away. Thank you very much once again, Andrew. This is just incredible. But also, we'll have to feature this one in a new. I was going to make a new intro outro for the channel coming up now that the scenery's all taking place, taking shape. It's nearly time to shoot a brand new high colour, high contrast opener with all sorts of great shots. And I think we'll feature this one in there. I think we'll feature this one in there somehow too. What do you reckon? That's all I've got for this week, folks. And in the comments, let us know if you're running Carrera Digital. Let us know what controllers you've tried or which one you prefer. What did you upgrade to? What do you find works best for you? And remember, it's your opinion, just like this is my opinion. Don't attack people because they differ. Their opinions differ than yours. It's all subjective, isn't it? Have a great week, folks. See you next time on Hughes Garage Slot Car Adventures. Very nice in digital mode, definitely, but let's try it in analog mode. Do they work just as well? Oh, wow. Oh, go light on the gas, dude. This is a 25k motor. Oh, this controller. I'm barely touching the juice. Look at that. I can't go much faster. Well, I can, but... Oh, nice. I should get that in slow-mo. That's great. Oh, yeah. This car's a bit scary. I think this is the fastest car in the garage, the good room. NSR Corvette 25k motor, absolutely brilliant. And this controller is working fine in analog mode. Won't change the lanes, of course, but that is so comfortable. And I gather the TruSpeeds will work just as well in analog mode. So either or, really. I'd say either or, but my choice out of the two is the Frankenslot. Just more comfortable to use. This is all pretty much the same, although that is a smoother action. But yeah, it's the Frankenslot, folks. If we want to call this video somewhat of a shootout, Frankenslot wins this round, hands down. Love it.